Alright lads, welcome back to the channel. Just making a quick video to highlight that there are 3 kind of rare premiums back on sale in War Thunder at the minute. I wouldn't really recommend any of them for actually grinding or playing, but they are kind of rare, so if you are a collector, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a heads up. So we've got the Fairmile D, a coastal patrol vessel for the British. We've got the UH-1C XM30 for the Americans. And once again for the British, but this time in the deep water or blue water fleet, it is the HMCS Haida, a tribal class destroyer for the British. Starting with the American helicopter, we have the UH-1C XM30. This is available for 6,237 Golden Eagles up until October the 24th. This helicopter currently sits in the 5th rank of the American helicopter tree at a battle rating of 8.7. It is practically identical to the tech tree UH-1C, except with one notable addition, and that is the ability to carry the XM-140 gun pods, located one on either wing. These are purely high explosive rounds being fired, but they do have a potent HE round with 50 grams of TNT. This does make it quite potent at destroying static AA targets in helicopter arcade battles, but it is essentially useless in ground realistic, and instead you want to be using the ITOs. The UH-1C XM30 was, I believe, the pre-order ability to get into the closed beta of the helicopters, if I remember correctly, obviously for the American tech tree, and I'll be honest, it's not particularly that good in my opinion. Certainly not worth nearly 6,500 Golden Eagles when you could just grind out the UH-1C for free. So unless you are a War Thunder collector and you like collecting rare vehicles, then I wouldn't really recommend picking up the UH-1C unless you really want to painfully grind the US helicopter tree. We then come on to the Fairmile D 501, or 5001, sorry. This is available for 910 Golden Eagles, again up until October the 24th. The Fairmile D currently sits at battle rating 2.7 in the 3rd rank of the British coastal fleet. It's worth pointing out that this is a copy and paste of the tech tree Fairmile D 697, which is located in the 4th rank. With the only notable difference is that the tech tree carries 4 450mm torpedoes, whereas the premium carries 2 450mm and 2 533mm torpedoes. The boat itself is made of wood and was basically a torpedo boat used in the English Channel. Its main armament consists of 2 57mm quick-firing Mark II mountings, one mounted on the bow and one at the stern. However, it is worth pointing out that the stern gun does have its firing angles kind of ruined or limited by the rear torpedo tubes. You also have a dual 20mm Oerlikon mounted amidships, 4 50 cals mounted next to the bow, and then you have 4 rifle caliber machine guns mounted on the side here. Rate of fire, it's a little bit lower compared to what you'd probably be used to, but the firepower is pretty decent with those 57mm HE shells. Do quite a lot of damage, especially if you actually hit the vessel. And finally, for the celebrating the Canadian Navy Day or something, we have the HMCS Haida. Anyway, the HMCS Haida was a tribal class destroyer. Most of the tribal class destroyers were armed with 4 dual pairs of 4.7 inch guns, but for some reason the Haida gets only 3 twin turrets and then a 4-inch gun at the back. Maybe the British didn't have enough guns to mount on them, or they just wanted a bit better anti-aircraft firepower, I don't really know. But as you can see, she currently sits in the 3rd rank of the British tech tree at a battle rating of 4.7, which means you can use this very effectively when grinding out naval battles. She has a very good lineup along with the Haida, the Mohawk, the Cadiz, the Jervis. Because of the battle ratings at the minute, I wouldn't really go above 4.7 at all in naval. 5.0 you just get clubbed by the Americans. 4.7 and 3.7 really is the sweet spot at the minute. Because of this, I would actually recommend the Haida if you want to get into the British naval tech tree. For 3,500 Golden Eagles, it's a pretty good pickup in my opinion. Being rank 3, you can also use it for grinding out naval events. They're like 1 or 2 times a year they come around. But the ship itself is very pretty in my opinion. With those 4.7 inch guns, you do have pretty decent firepower if you get a decent crew on it. You do have a very potent semi-armor piercing round, only really bested by the American Mark 46, I believe. So the firepower is amazing. The downside of the tribals though is that they sacrificed one torpedo launcher, so they only have 4 torpedoes. Not really a problem in War Thunder, but it was in real life. You do also get a quad pom-pom, which gives you a decent level of anti-aircraft capability, as well as your main guns also coming with the HEVT shells, which means you can blast enemy planes out of the sky if you see them coming. So out of the 3 vehicles, the Haida is by far the best pickup, but all 3 are quite rare. They don't really come on sale that often, and if you are a collector like me, I think the Haida and the Fairmile at least are well worth the money. The American helicopter, not really so much. Anyway boys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.